And we're back. I don't know what that was. Did what that was. Sorry, guys. But I did turn my Wi-Fi off, so we should have a smooth connection. Damn it. And you know what I need to find out? I need to find out I um if I can put on my do not disturb while I'm recording live. I don't know if I can. I think I can though. Isn't the do not disturb for things like this? You know what I mean? I'm not sure. But I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna see if I can put on my do not disturb next time. But also I took the Wi-Fi off. So sorry guys. We're back. Technical difficulties. My IT department got on it right away, so that's awesome. They're pretty fast. You know, they're being me. I'm IT. So we got to take it care of. Oh, I can. Awesome. 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 So I'll do that. I put all my notifications on silent, but like they still pop up. And I'm thinking maybe, I don't know. I don't know what happened, but I took my Wi-Fi off. So let's get back into it. I know we are, if you're just now coming back in, welcome. This is the Get Paid show with Creative Nomad. Um, and PAID is an acronym. For anyone tuning in for the first time today, this is episode 2. Welcome. This is going to be a really fun journey. And as we grow together and individually, what my hope is to see one another progress in our lives. That's my hope, right? For creating the interactive community of emailing your progress, emailing your accountability, whatever you want help being held accountable for, and different things like that. So my hope is that we all can see one another progress and have an annual like big celebratory meetup somewhere fabulous, because the goal is year by year to increase our income. That's the goal. So I would like to have like on the anniversary, which a year from yesterday would be the 1 year anniversary, to have a nice meetup. But these are little, I'm kind of jumping ahead, but I just want to put my intentions out there for anyone that watches this, that joins this live, or watches this on replay and is not familiar with me or with my channel. So that's my intentions, to really create like a thing. You know what I mean? A get paid thing where we all just encourage and motivate one another by the P.A.I.D format of creating, building, you know, all of that in the efforts of not only presenting something to the world, to the universe, that everyone could use, that we all could benefit from, but yes, in the efforts of to get paid. So to pick back up where we left off, we're talking about accountability. Today is episode 2, and we are on A. Now, that acronym PAID is interchangeable. So, as the episode, of course, it's not just going to be 4 episodes, PAID. No, these are all interchangeable, and all things that I have found and that I feel are the building blocks, the foundation to being successful. And as we go further, you'll see how it all plays out and how it all breaks down. So today, the A we're talking about is accountability. Now, the first thing I was mentioning is being honest with yourself. Being honest with yourself about your shortcomings, working on them, you know, being honest with yourself about whether or not you are living to your full potential. Are you giving your all? You know, in episode one, I spoke about maximum effort, you know, putting forth maximum effort as you work on your weekly goals every single day. Now, accountability, this falls into that as well, with being honest with yourself on whether or not you are living up to your full potential. You know, you can't, none of us, and anything that I say to you guys, I'm saying it to myself first. And as I'm writing down my content and putting this all together, it's really like the universe is just giving it to me. I wrote down something today for a future episode, and I was like, ooh, that's good. I needed that, you know, and it felt like it didn't even feel like it came from me, you know. So this, anything I say, I'm saying it to myself first, and I hope you guys will take it just as well. So being, holding ourselves accountable, you know, it's great to have an accountability partner. That is outstanding. But at the end of the day, we are the only ones that have to be with ourselves as we carry this thing through. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's great if, which I don't, but if I had someone to um, hold me accountable, you know, let's say someone checked in with me weekly, or I had someone to check in with weekly, or someone would just randomly, you know, a mentor or somebody or a friend or whoever the fuck would just randomly contact me. Hey girl, how you doing? You know, did you, you know, I know you mentioned last week that you were going to do such and such. How's that going? That's great. But when I hold myself accountable, I feel it every moment of every day. You know what I mean? If I take a break and I take a little too long of a break, or a little longer than I've scheduled in my day, I'm like, okay, Shalonda, get your ass up, put Owly down, put the one hitter down. You know what I mean? You taking your break, get back to it. If I slack or drag, I'm the only one that's going to feel that. You know, it'll be days, and again, I don't have an accountability partner, but given the example, if I did, it would be days before they contact me and ask, you know, how it went. But in the moment, I'm disappointing myself right now, or I'm not being true to myself right now in the moment. If I scheduled in my day a 30-minute break, that's what it is. You know what I mean? So holding myself accountable, holding ourselves accountable, to me should be a high priority, because at the end of the day, the sense of what is it called? A sense of accomplishment that we feel is immeasurable. You know what I mean? No one else can say good job enough for ourselves, holding ourselves accountable for our day, for our tasks, for, you know, our goals, everything. This morning, as I was watching Tea with Gary V, he said something, you know, someone came on and was asking a question, and he said, it was a woman, she was asking a question for her husband by this time. She had two questions. And he said, you can't, what did he say? She was saying her husband wasn't very structured or very disciplined. He said, if you don't reach your goals, it's 100% your fault. It's not because you didn't have a structured upbringing. It's not your mom's fault, your dad's fault. It's not your boss's fault. It's no one's fault. If you don't reach your goals, it's 100% your fault. I wish I could have sent that to my daughter at that time, but that is a fact. That is just real talk, real shit, real tea, you know, hot, cold, sweetened, however you need to take it. That's the real deal. So when we hold ourselves accountable, the gratification that we feel, nothing can measure to that, because we've done what we needed to do to get one step closer to our goals. And that should be the priority. That should be the focus. So be honest with yourself. Are you living to your full potential? Be honest with yourself about your shortcomings. And the shortcomings, I want to go back to that, because we tend to get really comfortable making excuses for our shortcomings instead of accepting, acknowledging them, and changing them. We don't have to, everything is learned and can be unlearned. You know what I mean? Like, if it's not your skin, your complexion, and we're not going to talk about skin bleaching, things like that, but everything can be changed. Well, fucking Tiny done went and got her eye color changed, so I can't even use this as, like, every fucking thing can be changed. You know what I mean? Including your outlook, your mind, your perspective. So god damn it, nothing's natural anymore except for your mind. You know what I mean? You can go from having a dark, dreary outlook on life and feeling like everyone else should hold you accountable, or everyone else should lift you up and pick you up to, you know what? It is me. My life is 100% my responsibility. If I fail, it's 100% my fault. Not because my mom was on crack, not because my mom was there and spoiled me too much, not because I'm an orphan, not because I was adopted, not because, nothing, no, nothing at all. If you fail, if you succeed, it's 100% on you. Your efforts got you there. Prioritizing, managing your time properly got you there. Being accountable, holding yourself accountable got you there. You know what I mean? Striving for progress got you there. These are all self-determining factors to get you to your goals or to keep you from reaching them. So making excuses for our shortcomings only hurts us in the end. You don't have to admit them to anyone. You know what I mean? People love throwing our shortcomings up in our face. Trust me, I know that firsthand. But you don't have to, admit your shortcomings to anyone other than yourself. If you can do that and not make excuses, but instead make changes, fucking, you're winning. You are winning. So be honest with yourself. Fuck anybody else. Damn the rest. Turn off the noise. You know what I mean? Turn off the outside voices. Like, I had to leave a whole state and all my clients just to turn off the outside voices, the outside influences of what I should be doing with my life. And, oh, you're great at this, that, and the third. And it's just like, you have to shut out the noise and be honest with yourself and focus on, who am I? What do I want? Where am I going? And how the hell am I going to get there? Plain and simple. So, again, with being honest with yourself, another key point that I have with that is to know who you are and where you're going and what you want. Now, for me, my lifetime of self-development was to know who I am. We have people put things on us from birth, from our name, our family name. You hear people saying about little bitty toddler kids, ooh, he bad, ooh, she bad. That's something that somebody's putting on this kid. Is this kid bad? But if they hear it all their fucking life, by the time they're 10, now they're going to repeat it, and now this is going to be the reason why they just knocked over the goddamn vase of water sitting on the counter and it wasn't bothering anybody. Why you do that? Because I'm bad. No, little motherfucker, you just don't know how to sit down and mind your business. You know what I mean? Don't accept whatever tags people put on you. Know exactly who you are and hold yourself accountable for who you are. That includes your progress that you made with developing yourself. You know what I mean? That includes knowing what you want so you don't veer off into all these different avenues because people are pulling and tugging you every which way. Like, it's hard. And everybody's like, well, I didn't ask to be here. I didn't ask to be here. It takes a dad to break that down. None of us asked to be here. But baby, our little sperm cells swam their little hearts out to be here. So although we didn't ask to be here, we sure in the hell did fight to be here. And we swam our fucking asses off to be here. So it's our responsibility to be the best that we can be while we are here. Because, yeah, we swam like a mofo to be here. We could have been any one of them 50,000 sperm cells that just was like, fuck it, that egg is too far. Tired. But we were determined, we were determined to fertilize that egg, become an embryo, become a fetus, and now here we are. Here we are. Now what do you want to become? Now what is your goal? You know what I mean? Do you want to be an inspiration? Do you want to be a legend? Do you want to be an icon? Do you want to be a no-name? Do you want to be a has-been? Do you want to be a here today, gone tomorrow? Do you want to be a, who is that? You know what I mean? Here's where we do have a choice. Still, it's still on us. It's still on us. So know exactly who you are and what you want and where you're going. Because, baby, there's nothing worse than seeing an adult just, looking like Gumby at everything somebody says to them, on how they are and who they are. And like, oh, you're right. Oh, yeah, you're right. No, no, no. You have to know who you are so that you can know where you're going and know what to say yes to, what to say no to, all by where your goals are. You know what I mean? If this isn't aligned with something that's going to get you to your finish line, say no. And don't feel obligated. You know what I mean? Don't feel, no is a full, complete sentence, period. Okay, pass the joint. No, that's it. That's it. So when you know who you are, you have the confidence to say no because it's not aligned with your goals, or to say yes because it's exactly aligned with your goals. You know what I mean? Or something pleasurable, whatever it may be. Um, I'm co-living, right? So I'm in a house with a lot of other energies, a lot of other spirits, and a lot of us really gel and get along, different age groups. It's just really a cool environment. So there's a lot of activities that go on. There's a lot of stoners in the house, which is dope, and just active people, a lot of other nature lovers in the house. So I love that. Really in my element as far as being around strangers. Nobody's too far right that it's like, oof, I can't. But with that being said, there's a lot that I have to pull back from because I know where I'm going. So the way I see people spend money, I I I can't. I can't, because what you're doing right now and on the level that you're doing it is not aligned with my goals. So, gonna have to pass. And I don't give a shit about any murmurs or who thinks what or says what. I don't care. Like, I absolutely do not care. My gaff bag is empty. Empty. Do you hear me? Because I know where I'm going. And I want to be able, like I said in episode 1, I want to be able to do these things on a much, much, much bigger scale, baby. Like, it's so far beyond the US. So I have to sacrifice a lot. And I say no a lot. And I'm able to do that because I know me and I know exactly where I'm going. So be honest with yourself about your shortcomings. Be honest with yourself about whether or not you're living up to your full potential. Be honest with yourself about who you are and what you want. These are all things that you can do to help keep yourself accountable. All right? The next thing I have on the list is staying on task. Staying on task is major. And I put it with accountability because you kind of need to be accountable to stay on task. You know what I mean? So we have our weekly goals written down. We're working on them daily with maximum effort, right? Being accountable for ourselves, being accountable for achieving our goals, at least 60% of our goals, you know what I mean, each week. Being accountable for knowing where we're going, who we are, and staying on task. You know, we create a task for ourselves, we create um, a plan of action for ourselves, and it's on us to really stay on task. And a way you can do that is by getting organized. Whatever that looks like for you, it's a priority when it comes to staying on task, right? If it's on paper, if you like the aspect of writing down pen and paper, if it's easier for you to have everything on your phone, and you just jot down notes or whatever. But being organized, if you have file folders, if whatever your organization looks like, it helps to stay on task. Week by week, the better I am at being on top of my goals for the week is really determined by how organized I am in that week, which is why for me, organization is a constant work in progress, okay? It is a constant to do. And I'm always looking for things to help make me more efficient, and in my organization. So being organized, staying on task, they are absolutely major necessities because it also kind of leads into time management, even though, we don't have any T's in here, but it leads into time management because when you're organized, you have things together. It's time you don't have to spend on getting organized. And someone may say, well, what's the difference? Well, when you allot a certain amount of time within your task for organization, that's the task at hand. So you're not taking time from something else that you could and probably should be doing, because this time that you've allotted is specifically for getting organized. So within that time, you stay on task, you stay focused, and no matter how boring it may be or whatever the case may be, you get organized, you get it done, and then boom, you're on to the next task. And that just helps the flow come that much easier, that much smoother. And trust, by the end of the week, you like, I did that, okay? Your girl had progress. She was accountable. She stayed on task. You know what I mean? It's just the feeling is just unbeatable. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing better than excelling each week, each month, getting better and feeling like, okay, okay, now I'm bossing up. Now I'm becoming that employer that I want to be. You know what I mean? Because baby, if you cannot boss yourself, entrepreneur life probably just is not for you. If you cannot hold yourself accountable and be your own boss, because I'm going to tell you, like, this is what I mean. When I'm working a W 2, especially most recently, like since I moved here to California, um, whereas I've had to pick up a W 2 to supplement my income since I'm not behind the chair and I don't want to go back behind the chair. When I'm working a W 2, I take smoke breaks. Like, I smoke a lot. I smoke a lot anyway, but when I'm at work on my own business, this bitch barely let me get a smoke break in. Do you hear me? I be like, damn, can I go get high? Can I just go smoke? You know what I'm saying? And then the other me be like, okay, just finish this. And before I know it, it's like 3 hours later. And, we're going on 5 o'clock and I've only smoked once today. It's like you have to be able to boss yourself around and be your own boss. Hold yourself accountable for what you plan to do day by day. So, staying on task is a huge part of being able to boss yourself into doing what needs to be done, because it's not pretty. You know what I mean? Especially when you're starting off and you're a one man, one woman band. It's not pretty, but it has to be done, because before I can get to where I have employees and I actually do have an editor and a manager and an IT person, I got to be all of that and I got to figure it out. You know what I mean? And I can't give up. I can't be like, okay, this is just too much. No, it won't always be too much. So just, keep going. Keep going. Stay on task. Hold yourself accountable. It's rough right now, but just keep going. Trust the process, right? So the next on the list that I have for accountability, it's a big one. It's a mouthful. It's a mouthful. Follow through / follow up. You'd be surprised at how weak some people's follow through game is. You have to have a strong follow through and strong follow up game. This is a part of being holding yourself accountable. What I mean is, whatever industry you may be in, I'm sure it requires some level of follow through and follow up, right? Whether it's with a customer, a client, an actual person, or even just with yourself to say, okay, this is what I want to do in this amount of time, or this is what I want to look into. And, maybe you set a deadline for yourself for this thing, and you have to follow up on it. You can't just set it and forget it. You have to get back to it. You have to go check on it. You have to follow through. If you sent an email and you need to contact them back again, go ahead. If you sent an email, for sponsorship or whatever the case may be, follow up. Follow up on that email if you haven't heard back. Follow through with that, whatever thing you said you were going to do. So follow through, follow up, it is a necessity. Keep your commitments. That's a part of the follow through and the follow up. Keeping your commitments. Don't be so comfortable telling yourself you're going to do something and not doing it. If you're already in that habit, I implore you, I beg you to get out of it now. That is a dead end street to nowheresville. Okay? Keep your commitments. If you say you're going to do something, do it. If you cannot, follow up with whoever that commitment or whatever that commitment is with, and see if you can reschedule, um, anything. But just don't just let it go. You have to have strong, strong, strong follow through. If you request something from someone, follow through with them. You know what I mean? Follow up with them. Hey, just seeing how this thing is going, coming up on the deadline, whatever the case may be. Don't just set it and forget it. Follow through and follow up can be a huge percentage of your customer base, your clientele base. They could have forgotten. Life gets busy, you know what I mean? And we're living in the age of technology now where shit's moving. Shit is moving. So people are busy. People are a lot busier than we were even 10 years ago, much less to go back any further than that. Like, so people get busy. Follow up, follow through. Don't feel like, oh, well, I haven't heard from them, so I'll just let it go. Nope. Don't let it go. Don't let it go. And even this is something I learned as I was growing to be a great salesperson. Um, don't accept the first no. That's the same as not giving up, right? If you try something, you fail, it didn't work, try it again. You learn one way, it doesn't work. Someone says no, well, that's just no right now. You know what I mean? Don't be afraid to follow up and follow through with people. And don't be afraid to follow through or reschedule your commitments, because the integrity behind you asking to reschedule because you got busy or something else was on your calendar that you overlooked or you double booked yourself or something, you know what I mean? You're stranded somewhere and can't make it. Whatever the situation is, to if there's some reason in one particular instance where you cannot keep your commitment, the integrity behind you following up with that person to say, hey, look, I'm not going to be able to make this. Can I reschedule with you? You know, even worst case scenario, they don't reschedule, you still should be able to feel um, a sense of integrity within yourself to know that you reached out to this person, especially if it's before the commitment time. Like, if you're already 3 hours late and you haven't even tried to, I'm not talking about any of those kind of nonsense instances, right? Respectful, responsible, you always follow through with your commitments, but this one time, let's say you overbooked yourself. Everybody gets that. Like, we understand that, especially if you're a one person solopreneur at the moment. Everybody understands. If it's a habit, if it's something you do often, then no, it's not okay. So keep your commitments, follow through, follow up, and just be true to your word. Be true to yourself. Have a sense of pride and a sense of integrity behind everything that you do. You know what I mean? Don't just be out here not giving a damn. Just don't do it. So, with accountability, let's just go back over what we have already before we get to the last one on the list, which is a good one. Being honest with yourself. Being honest with yourself about your shortcomings, who you are, what you want, whether or not you're living to your full potential. Staying on task. And a good way of doing that is by getting organized and allotting, creating time for the task of getting organized. Don't try to organize your life when you should be doing something else at that moment of time in your life. You know what I mean? So, um, stay on task, follow through, follow up, and the clause to that is keeping your commitments. Now, the last one on the list that I have in accountability is stay actively working on your goals. It's really as simple as that. Stay actively working on your goals. I did a TikTok, I believe it was Sunday, the last day we were at the cabin, Sunday morning. I did a TikTok and I sent a shout out um, to all my entrepreneurs and small business owners out there, you know, saying shout out to you, kudos to you. You did that. You know what I mean? You did that. You actually got it started. And one thing I said in there is to always be promoting your brand. I said, even if you're fighting for injustice, always be promoting your brand. Little subtle things are that you can do to stay actively working on your goals. You know what I mean? Even right now, you know, I'm wearing the lashes from my brand, which are beautiful. These are stress free. Yes. And I'm wearing my sweater from my clothing line and a choker. So always, always be working on your goals. Like I said in episode one, it's like you know, building blocks. It's a progression. It should be a snowball effect. You don't want to do anything that you cannot. How do I want to word this? For me, I feel like I don't want to do anything that is way outside of my goals, right? But I also don't have goals that are way outside of the spectrum of who I am. So for me, it is all one big snowball. You know what I mean? And I can use every opportunity of anything that I do for my brand, which is a part of working on my goals. You know, like when I went to the cabin, you know, I took that opportunity. Like right now, it may not seem like anything, but I know the foundation that I'm laying. You know, I'm finally I finally got it nailed down as far as, okay, this is how I need to get to my goals. You know what I mean? So every little thing, every little step I take. We were talking about Whitney and Bobby earlier, so sorry about that. Everything I do is in line with my goals. You know, it's not like just some random acts of anything. So stay actively working on your goals. That is one of the best um, pieces of advice I can give you in aligned with holding yourself accountable. That is major, and it becomes easier, you know, when you daily are and I want y'all to tell me if this is like, from looking from that way, if this is too close, because I can easily, you know, move my camera back some. So let me know if this is too close, because like most of my sweater isn't even in there, but it is. But I love how this looks. I really like how that looks. Anyway, I digress. I kind of got off subject a little bit. But we're at the end of what I have outlined for accountability. So, um, you know, again, just to recap, for the paid aspect of it, today we're on accountability. And to summarize, to help hold yourself accountable, be honest with yourself. Stay on task by getting organized. That will help you to stay on task. Follow through and follow up, and always keep your commitments. If you cannot keep your commitment in a particular instance, follow up with that person and see if you can reschedule. Lastly, stay actively working on your goals. Everything you do should be in line with working on your goals, even leisure. You know what I mean? Not to the point where it stresses you out. But okay, so I'm the creative nomad. I'm so sorry you guys missed it, but of course I'll be going again. But I finally got to the beach. I finally got to the beach. This is my first time ever seen the ocean, right? A few of my housemates and I went to the beach weekend before last, but I didn't have my phone. This was during the 6 days when my phone was broken and I was waiting for, my factory warranty to come back in. So I didn't have my phone. So I just used the opportunity to relax. But being a creative nomad, right? Had I had my phone, that would have been great content, great posts that I could have used on several different things, all in line with my goals and my brand. Do you know what I mean? So even though it was leisure, I was out there relaxed. I had a great time. I wasn't feeling stressed, like, oh my God, I could, not anything like that. It's just the way I'm trying to set my life up. All of it, I want everything I do to be something that, is a part of my brand and a part of um, my business and my growth. So it's absolutely perfect. So with that, um, let's go right into the format of how I really want the show to be structured. Since I have the days all down, because I know yesterday I told you guys the days that you would email your progress or your accountability submissions. So here's what I put together today. So paid is a four-letter word, as we all know, and I want to do 5 episodes. So I want to go live 5 days a week. Yesterday was the first episode, so that was a Monday. So the show will be Monday through Friday. So what I am um, how I'm going to have it now is you'll email me your progress or your accountability or both. And the information is in the description right now. I have it all detailed in there for you. So you'll email me your entries for, and I don't want to say entries. I got to come up with a better word for it. But either the progress or the accountability, you'll email it on by Sunday. So it'll still be Sundays, but all of them will be emailed by Sunday. Now, I'm going to read them all on Friday, and I don't want to say read them. So the Friday episode will be the progress and accountability celebration. This is how I have it listed. Like this is the thumbnail that you guys will see. So that episode is a celebratory. So every Friday will be when, we go over the progress and the accountability submissions. So that's also when I will share with you guys. Of course, I'm going to kick it off by sharing my progress for the week, the things that I'm proud of, with the progress that I've made from the week before, as well as my accountability. So, and then I'm also going to um, discuss mine, you know, um, live as well. What I'm thinking about maybe doing, or possibly not. I'm kind of getting ahead of myself. But so Fridays will be the day that we do that. So that'll be our, celebratory kickback day, discuss our progress and different things like that. So the email is still in the description. It's still 6 p.m. and Sunday. So now it's just one day that you can get it all emailed, and that's on Sundays. So, and then, because Sunday is day one of the week, yes. So, Friday. So, it's going to seem like we're a week behind. You know what I mean? Hey, guys. Welcome, you guys. Yeah, truth. It is all on you. It really is all on you. So, what else? What else? What else? I think that's it. So you guys have the email. Get the and now if you what's today? Here since this is week one, if anyone does want to get their submissions in so that we can have some for the for this Friday, absolutely you can email them anytime all the way up until Thursday night. And I actually changed it. It's not 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time anymore. It's Sundays by 11 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So that is the regular going forward. I believe I did update that in the description for this episode. But for this week, if you want to get your submissions in so that we can do it, have it the end of the first week, this Friday, go ahead and send your submissions anytime all the way up until Thursday night, 11 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Okay? So anytime between now and Thursday, 11 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, you can email me your submissions for your progress or your accountability. Whatever, whichever you want, or both. Just put it in the subject line. And again, it's all in the description, so you guys can just read it there. And that's it for accountability. Thanks, y'all, for tuning in. If you're new, if this is your first time watching my channel, thank you. Welcome. I hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to subscribe. Click the bell, the notification, so you don't miss any of my uploads. And again, we do this live Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Around 5:05 is typically when I start. Because, baby, your girl needs that 5 minutes sometimes. Like, I just need the 5 minutes. So, five-ish, we're going to say, Monday through Friday. That has been Get Paid with Creative Nomad. I hope you guys have a fantastic Tuesday. If anybody out there is having tequila or tacos tonight, have a big fat shot and a big fat tequila for me, because I'm not. All right, you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Again, don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, share this video to anyone you think, could be beneficial in this accountability chain, this progress chain to get paid, because we're crushing goals all 2020, baby. All right. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.